Yeah, so I guess the point I'm trying to make is, where was I? Okay, so this framework, right, is only good insofar as the society and the culture allows it,
Right.
right? Because you take, for instance, a child who grew up, so in Ghana, say for instance, a respectful child is seen as a child who's very, in many cases, introverted, number one, and a child who doesn't necessarily question authority too much, right? So, so the, so I guess the child grows up in this household, and is being reprimanded about certain things. Then, eventually, gets to the age where the child has to go to kindergarten or has to go to, school or whatever it is. Yeah, that child would be seen as a child that comes from a good home. Back in Ghana, yeah. Whereas in the UK, it wouldn't necessarily be seen as that. It'd be seen as, ooh, like is something wrong, like, or you know, um, there is a different view of that particular child, not necessarily of one that respects, but just of one that is very not necessarily sort of like engaging as such, and it's something is not quite right.
Yeah.
Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's my thing. My thing is that it's only good insofar as the culture actually allows it to thrive.
Yeah. No, I definitely see where the differences in culture can make it difficult for the application of this rule. Yeah. Yeah. I still think though, like if even in an African cultural setting, there's a way, right, in which a child can ask questions and can apply, in which this theory can be applied. In that the adult is emancipated, but the adult also understands the culture which it is in. Right. So you can. So if I had to question the authority in the UK, me, Prince, a grown up adult man, and I had to question authority back home in Ghana, I would understand the cultural differences and I would be able to question it in a way which is appropriate for that culture, but still using this framework, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So, let me see if I can give an example to make it a bit more. I'm in a lecture theatre.
Yeah.
In the UK, and I think the lecturer says something that I don't agree with. In the UK, it's okay to put your hand up and question that lecturer and say, "Oh, what about this? I didn't quite get that."
Yeah.
Right. But I guess in a culture where questioning the authority figure is seen as disrespectful, the way you would handle that is to wait until it's a one-on-one situation and then ask, I didn't quite understand this. Can you clarify? So I guess, both of them have used their adults. But in both situations, you've used your adult or your adult ego to appraise that situation. And I guess for the child, it could be a similar thing. And it just depends on how they are, how this learning is brought across to them, or how these ideas are brought across to them.